Ja hat alasi koyang hinu hat kistina keang Benjamin Young hinu yatsat e kisti keang. Hikta handlai stus ejen. Ayat gindalang gaslin dang kasang. Aji gaslingayu di chinu di gaslin gini. Hoa. Good people, it's so great to be able to join you folks today and to be able to share with you folks a story that my china Claude Morrison shared with me on a few occasions. My name is Benjamin Young and my Haida name is Koyang. I'm very happy to be able to share this with you folks. This is a story that my china told me on a few occasions. Although he didn't know a lot of traditional stories, this was one of those short ones that I felt had a great meaning to it and great moral. This story is called, or at least I kind of named it, "The Man Who Laughed at Others," or made fun of others. I'll first tell you folks it in Hadkil and then in Yatsat Ekil in English. Hi. Ginastelink Geslen Dang Sa so I hastelink Geslen Dang Saang. Ginas Kisnang Gum Yakaya and Has Kisnang Slu Has Plaga Kilt Eat Jangan. Zin Hadu Nsit Eat Wang Sa Scan Kluai Gua and Hustetli Waslu Nsit Eat Awan. Klukaid Wascan Has Awandlu Has Awandlu Lak Sudayandlu Hunan Hasin Kisnangan Ho ho Tung Huskistit La Hungwang Hinu and Sawang Wasilate Nungs Huan Kagan Yaki Lak Sudayang Jatang Taulung or Haslan Sugan Wadlu Hiens Heidingslu Gumlet Anju Angan Hasan Kisnangan Eslu Gumlet Anju Angan Hudas Tlat Stitgangan Asjislu Gin Ist Tlu Gum has kisnangang angang has klaga kilti jungang dung taulung giet sam our clan gaslingai pleading. So in Yatsat Ekil in English, my chana talked about this story about a man who laughed at others. And he talked about this, saying, kind of as a forewarning, he would say, you don't talk badly about others, and you don't make fun of people in a terrible situation or that are really struggling in hardships, because it'll backfire on you, is what he said. That word, that kilt eat jangan, it'll come back at you, or it'll backfire on you, is what he would translate that as. He said there was a family that were moving a lot of their possessions out of town, and they loaded up their canoe all together. Once they jumped aboard, they realized they had quite a bit of things. They tried, and a little bit top heavy, I should say. They tried going out into the channel in front of their village. And when they hit a few waves, when things got a little bit too rough, their canoe actually capsized, or flipped over. And when that happened, they were all struggling. They all hit the water, of course, and they start struggling to flip the canoe back over, and they tried to basically regain their balance and try to get back in the canoe. It was at this time there was a man that was walking by, taking some humor in it, thinking it was really funny sight to see. And he said, "Ho ho, they must be spitting up salt water now," while he was making fun of them. there was others that were there watching and listening to what he had said, and they told him the truth of the matter. They said, you know, that's your family out there. That's your family that just flipped in the canoe. Why would you say something like that? Once he heard that, he became hysterical and started running from one side of the village to another, not really knowing which way to turn to ask for help. Although he was crying and begging for others to help him, but because he made fun of them, because he made too light of it, because he didn't help himself when they were in a desperate situation, he was just ignored. And my Chana would say, that's why you're careful with your words, careful to criticize you, and be careful about what you say when someone's in a desperate situation. Often he would say, when you see someone in need, you don't ever watch them, or you never just walk by. You always go and see how you can lend a helping hand. And in that case, of course, you would never make fun of their current situation or their hardship that they're enduring through. And he told me that at least 3 times, 3 different occasions I could recall. And that's something that's really stuck with it. A story that's really stuck with me since then. I suppose it goes along too with a theme that Sealaska celebration has had in the past, to which we would say "Kilangas Kasia," or be careful with your words. Make sure to use kindness when it calls for it, but also make sure and have empathy and be able to help others when they need it. Hawa di kil de langulang sung de langan kil lagan. Hawa u.